This program is proudly brought to you by Appearance Trendy Wardrobe and Kitchen and Kokado's Healthy Cuisine.
A budget is not just a financial plan, but a roadmap to your financial freedom. Today, we are going to explore the ins and outs of creating a family budget that works so you can start building the life you've always dreamed of. From setting financial goals to prioritizing expenses, we will cover it all. So let's get started on this journey to financial freedom together. Please subscribe to this channel and turn on the notifications so that you get notified every time we upload a video. See you in a bit.
This program is proudly brought to you by Appearance Trendy Wardrobe and Kitchen and Kokado's Healthy Cuisine.
Welcome back from that short break, and today is going to be wonderful. With me in the studio is Mrs. Eunice Wendy Owusu. She is a business relations manager at Calbank. Welcome to the Two Words Moms show.
Thank you.
Thank you for making time to grace this set.
Thank you for inviting me too.
All right then. So before we move into anything, can you tell us something small about yourself?
Okay. The name has been mentioned already. Eunice Wendy Owusu. I work with Calbank. I'm blessed with three sons.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Kelvin, JC, Chester.
Ah.
I'm a Church of Pentecost member. And I love to sing.
You sing. Well, you have that thing in your voice that shows that you sing and pray. I know the women who sing and pray. Thank you so much for making time today. So as a business relations manager.
It's
okay.
Fine.
What exactly do you do?
We manage account for clients, business clients specifically.
Business clients?
Yes.
Not just individuals?
No. For individuals, we have personal relationship officers.
Okay.
So we segregated it. We manage the businesses. But it doesn't mean that when a personal client needs help, we don't. We offer help.
Help?
Yes.
Okay.
So we do both, but specifically, we handle the business account.
You do mine for me?
No problem.
I have an account in your bank.
Personal or business?
Personal.
Okay, so I'll even pick Mark's business account. When we are done, I'll speak to Uncle Mark.
Hey. All right, so let's quickly delve into this conversation. This is a conversation that I've always wanted to have, on this show, because it's part of the reasons I wanted to have this show.
Okay.
Finances in parenting, generally. But today we are talking about creating a family budget that actually works. Okay. So first of all, I'm going to ask you, how can families create a budget? Like, what's the first step? And is it even important? Is it crucial that families have budgets?
Thank you, Efuwa. It is very important when families have budget because it enables the family to meet specific needs at specific times. You were asked of how. I start with both parents, the father and the mother. If they are all working class, each of them is earning something. So we want to draw a budget for the family. How do we go about it? We first look at what we are earning, what daddy brings home, what mommy brings home, and look at the expenses that we have as against our needs, wants, and savings.
Okay.
Then you put it together, and each family and how much they spend on these things, their needs, their wants, and what they want to save. So let's say if daddy is earning 2,000, mommy is earning 1,000. If you put the money together, we have 3,000. And we have a list of things that we do. Some are yearly, some are daily, some are monthly. If you take rent like this, it's a yearly thing. It's not every day. School fees is a termly thing, unless you have a kid who pays monthly. by these Montessori's. We have food, which is a daily thing that we do.
Yeah.
So depending on how much you want to apportion to each of the expenses, you put the monies together and you put the percentages across. Of course, food takes a lot of our monies. So you may have to consider how much you want to give to food. And you don't also forget about vacations, entertainment.
This
It's also
economy.
it's part of it. You can't take it out.
Okay.
But you can't spend so much on vacations, outings, parties, but you have to put something down because there are times that kids will have birthdays that you have to do something for them.
Yeah.
So you look at that one. You also look at savings. How much you can put aside so that, for instance, if you have to do rent, when your rent is due, you will not struggle to pay. You can also consider health, which is very important. So it becomes part of your need, not a want. So if you are drawing the budget, if you are fortunate and you work in a company that your health is being taken care of, thank God. Yeah. Some companies will pay for you, your spouse, and the kids, sometimes 3. So when that one comes in, you know that the expense for health is catered for. So you can push that money into something else.
So, I mean, when you were talking, you said for example, it was a home with 2 incomes. In a situation where mommy is a stay-at-home mom, which is mostly the case these days, and daddy is the only one working, is it going to take the same route?
No, now mommy is not bringing anything on the table except what money does for us, which is also part of contribution.
Of course.
Yes, that one is even more difficult.
Yes.
So we know daddy is earning this much. So we draw the budget according to what daddy brings. We don't go beyond it because if we are exceeding what daddy brings, where would daddy get the rest from?
Okay.
If there are other side businesses, thank God, daddy can push some monies from there and add up. But if it is just that business that is due, that is a teacher, what he earns is what the family depends on.
Yeah.
So you draw your budget based on that percentage. So if you know that he's earning 2,000, you don't expect that daddy will put down 500 Ghana cedis for outings, for parties. No.
Yeah, of course.
It will not suffice. Yes. So depending on how much is on the table, even if it is one person bringing in, you can still draw the budget, but make it as comfortable as it is so that both of you will not struggle. You don't do a budget that gives you so much constraints like that the money is for you, but you are struggling. No. You should have that comfort. So you look at the important ones first. Then you break it down to the least on your list.
Okay. We'll come to budget where you give us the 50, 30, 20 rule. But before that, some people even find it hard to track their expenses. So I want a practical way for parents to track their. I know that diapers. Oh, I was just telling you, diapers. Oh, but some people also feel like the money is there, so I can just, tap in. So we end up not tracking how we use the money. So what is one practical way we can actually track?
So let me take diapers, as you said.
Okay.
Diapers are very expensive because at least I've nurtured
3 strong.
Other ones that are not mine.
Okay.
My family, the kids are 3, but I've nurtured close to 10 people who have been in with us. I look quite young, but I'm not that young. So if you take diapers, if you study the trend of the baby, you know that a baby uses, let's say, 3 diapers in a day. If you buy the jumbo pack, some have 60, some have 65, others have 100, depending on the brand that you want or you use. Personally, I would not do diapers over the weekend because over the weekend, you spend a lot on diapers. They are home. They are eating plenty. They are all over the place. They are crawling. So you want to be doing the changing. If you don't mind, you can add napkins and add liners. So you know that between Saturday and Sunday morning before you go to church, baby is doing napkins. And now a lot of homes have washing machines. Even if you don't have, I don't think a baby will use more than 5 napkins in a day. And that is not too much stress for a mother to wash. That cuts down the expenses on diapers.
Yeah, but in this 2025 that all millennial moms and Gen Z moms, we don't want to use our hands to do
If you want to
anything.
do the Gen Z thing, then it goes with expenses as well.
Mm.
You want to go all Gen Z, then you will do it. So the diaper, you buy it, and now it's very expensive. I sell diapers, so
is.
I know. Some are going as far as 100 cedis, 150.
Yes.
If you do the Pampers, the proper one from US, that one is very expensive.
Yes.
Huggies, don't go there.
Oh,
Other brands
even
are
the
picking,
wipes
yes,
alone.
and the wipes. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So you find a better way to go around it. If you are stepping out, of course, you can't do napkins. You can do the diapers, but where you can cut down on diapers, cut it down, so that the monies that you spend on diapers can be reduced. Another one is food. We spend a lot on food, and there are days we cook that we don't even finish eating.
Yeah.
So you're a family of 4, you want to cook rice. You can study the pattern and know that if I do 2 cups, it covers everybody and we don't leave some. If you don't study the pattern of the way,
Portion control.
yes, you have to apportion it. So if you buy the sack, some homes, if you leave it with the kids, they waste it. So you can buy bowls and apportion the rice in it. You do 2 cups every day. You want to eat rice today. The bowl is there with 2 cups of rice. When they pick it, they boil it. You eat it, it is finished. The next day, if you want to do another, you pick it. If you buy plantain, you know plantain, when you keep it in the kitchen for a long time, it rises. You can keep it in the fridge.
Yeah, I do that.
When it's in the fridge, the color changes, but the plantain
Still,
itself
yes.
is intact.
Sometimes I even freeze it.
And when you boil water and you put it in, you still have the same results. Chicken. When you buy it and allow the kids to take it, they waste it. So if each person is doing 1 and you are 5, maybe 1 extra because somebody might. Yes. You bag them and you label them, you keep it in the fridge. So you know that at the end of the day, I bought a box of chicken and I'm supposed to spend it for 1 month. It should last you for that 1 month. And you teach the kids to understand. If you do a weekly cooking, you apportion it. So you don't do the big bowls where they remove everything from the fridge. Heat it.
Everything.
Yes. So if you are 5, you apportion it according to the number of people who are eating. When they take 1, they finish it. It settles it. Realize that in terms of food, you're able to cut down certain things. Milk. If you buy the jumbo one, you have somebody who will pour and pour and pour. You can do the strips.
Okay.
Milo, you can do the strip. So if they want to do beverage, you take 1 strip of the small sachet, you take 1 strip of the milk. Each person gets it.
I didn't think about Milo and milk that way.
Yeah.
But mommy, how can we keep track? How can I know that this is the amount of money I am even spending on food in a month to even help me to budget?
Okay, so if you take rice, now the cheapest you can get in the market, if you want to get rice, 650. You learn to keep record of things. That is number 1. Women don't keep record. Most of us don't. Or we need rice. Buy me rice, you give the money out. We need tomatoes, you give the money out. We need oil. At the end of the day, you spend so much, but you don't even remember exactly what you bought. So as you are buying, you are keeping record. At the end of the period, you realize that I've spent like 1,500 on the things I've bought at home, things that we need. Don't forget toiletries. So you know that in the next coming month, this is how much you are going to spend. Put 50-50 together. Things are not static. Prices might increase. But you know that within 1,500, I can get the things I want. If I need to add a little, maybe 100 cedis. So once you keep record of the things you buy and the things you spend on, you'll be able to keep track of how much you're supposed to put aside. And it is good you plan together if you are staying together as couples, so that daddy doesn't buy, mommy doesn't buy. There are days that I will buy bread. Daddy is coming from work. He's also bought bread because we did not communicate. And daddy didn't know that I've bought bread. There are days you buy milk, you buy Milo. Daddy does the same thing because he doesn't know that you have bought. So communication is also key. You sit, you discuss it, and you live with it.
Okay. So let's talk about the 50-30-20 budgeting rule. Is it a rule or a system?
It's a rule.
Yeah, it's very popular. I used to use it when I was single. When I got kids, it's evaporated from my life. So please, can you talk a bit more about it and how we can utilize that rule?
So the 50-30 rule deals with needs, wants, and savings. So you are portion 50 for your needs, 30 for your wants, and 20 for savings.
Please, I'm just going to catch you quickly. Up till now, some people don't even know the difference between needs and wants.
Okay.
So please, an example each.
Needs are things we can't do without. Wants are things we can do without, and nothing will happen to us.
Okay.
If you talk of needs, you can't live without food. You can't live without water. You can't live without electricity. You can't live without a shelter. These are needs. You can't live without healthcare. These are needs.
Okay.
And they are things that makes your life comfortable. So I would always give importance to needs. For once, you can decide not to go for a vacation and nobody will catch you. You can decide not to buy ice cream. You can decide not to eat dessert after meals. It won't cost you anything. But you can't decide not to drink water.
Yes.
You can't decide not to buy prepaid. You can't decide not to buy clothes. They are things you need daily. You can't decide not to pay school fees. You need them to make your life very comfortable. So if you are pushing a 50 to your needs, you have rent in there, you have insurances in there, you have school fees in there, you have healthcare in there, you have rent. So how do you apportion the 50? You do it at the level of importance. So among the things I've listed, including food, which one comes first? So the higher percentage goes to that one. There are some that it's a yearly affair, like rent. School fees is termly, unless you are doing the Montessori's where some take monthly. So based on the frequency of the expense, the percentages are apportioned. Rent, for instance, you do it at the end of a year or two.
Yeah.
So you can't apportion more to rent at the expense of feeding. There are days that the 50, you would exceed the 50 a little. Then you would need to go into your wants. That is the 30. You take a bit of the 30, you add it to the 50 to be able to meet these needs. Because you can do without the wants, but you can't do without the needs.
So the sacrificial one should always be the wants.
The wants, not the savings, nor the needs. Because for savings, you need the days of emergencies. There are days that you'll be there, you'll be called. Mommy is sick. Daddy is sick. Something has happened to somebody, you need to contribute. Somebody is dead. These are things you don't call for, but they come. There are days that your rent is increased, you don't expect. What do? These savings are there. You fall on it to meet these needs so that you don't go around begging people to help.
We will come to that, not going around to begging people after this short break.
This program is proudly brought to you by Appearance Trendy Wardrobe and Kitchen and Cocado's Healthy Cuisine.
Thanks for staying with us. We want to quickly say thank you to our wonderful sponsors, Cocado's Healthy Cuisine. They have detox packages, smoothies, everything healthy you need. And now they've added the Protein Friday, where they serve any protein of your choice with either jollof or yam chips, or I think any cup that you want. You can call or text them on 0541 022 896. We also want to say thank you to Appearance Trendy Wardrobe and Kitchenware. They have everything kitchen you need and everything clothing that you need. Call or text them on 0208 759 436. Please, if you have not subscribed to this channel, you know what to do. Also like and share. Inform all your friends about this wonderful channel. We are in the studio with Mrs. Eunice Wendy Owusu. She is a business relations manager. I hope I got that right. At Calbank, Takoradi branch, Market Circle branch specifically. And we are talking about creating family budgets that work. Mommy, welcome back.
Thank you.
So these days, there is this thing that is happening. I have personally witnessed it, in families. You know, the whole wedding thing that people go for loans for, it ends up eating into parenting because it's like these days, right after the wedding, the couple is pregnant. So they are not even done paying the debts, and then the baby comes. This is a harsh reality. It is happening. I want you to tell us, how can they prioritize now paying off that loan, paying off debts? There are lots of debts in young families these days. How can they prioritize that? And then I heard about automation. I don't know whether you could speak about that a bit too for us.
So, for starters, I'll say that you mentioned weddings.
Yeah.
You can plan the most beautiful wedding, but less expensive wedding.
Mhm.
Now, the Gen Zs want to do everything classy.
Yeah.
Some will pay for decoration, 50,000, 70,000, 80,000. Don't forget that the marriage is just the start of the journey. The greater journey lies ahead of the marriage. When you are done marrying, the wedding ceremony, everybody is gone home.
Yeah.
Now reality set in.
Yeah.
So for me, once you start thinking of a wedding, think of your pocket. I wouldn't advise that you pick a loan to do a wedding, because at the end of the day, when you are done, you will still pay.
Yeah.
And like you said, just after the wedding, a month or two, a baby is on the way.
Yeah.
So every day there is stress. There is issues with both of you. And it brings in confusions.
Yeah.
This one is complaining, this one is complaining. It even affects your emotions at home. So for me, you do it according to your pocket. If you know you can't afford cheese tent, nobody is forcing you. At the end of the day, when we are done with the wedding, nobody even remembers the tent you used for the wedding.
Exactly.
If you can't afford, and these guys who cook, what's their name? Is it
Men's cook?
Men's cook. Why go for them? You can have a caterer who can do nice dishes, but at a cheaper cost.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we still had a wedding. A colleague of mine planned the wedding, and I don't think we spent even up to 40,000.
Oh.
Yes.
Recently?
Yes, but she's married.
Wow.
Even some of us did not even attend the wedding. She chose to do it on a Friday. Just a few family members. And she did a few packs. And it was beautiful. If you go to her room, see her wedding pictures and everything.
She's married.
She's also married. And you did the Gen Z one. You're also married. At the end of the day.
You're both married. Yeah.
So for me, if we're able to cut it from the beginning, these debts is reduced.
So like some couples also take students loan.
That one is a necessity. Okay. You need to school.
Yeah.
I've done it before. You need to school. So you add it to the budget. Like I was talking of the savings.
Yes.
You've taken monies at the end of the month you need to pay. So when your salary comes, that's where the automation comes in.
Yeah.
You can place a standing order on your account, no matter where you save. But I would love if you come to Calbank, because we will treat you good. You can put a standing order on the account that at the end of every month, so you check the date that your salary drops. Then you put the standing order, so a day after the salary had dropped.
Standing order meaning?
You are instructing the bank to take a portion of your money to pay something or to keep in investment for you.
Okay.
So some are paying for insurances, some are paying for healthcare, some are paying for their own investment. Depending on what you are using that savings for, you put the dates there. You fill the form, they get it done for you. So every month when that date is up, the system will automatically debit your account and move the money to wherever it's supposed to go. So if it's into investment, it will go there. If it's to pay for something, because you provide the details, that money will still go to wherever it's supposed to go to. So if it's a debt, for banks, the debit will hit your account at the end of the month, depending on the date that you are supposed to do the repayment. So you take everything you are supposed to take, but you leave that portion that is supposed to be taken to be in your account. So it can be taken.
So here is where self-discipline comes in.
Yes.
So if the person feels like, I know I'm saving, but this month I need this money. How can they control themselves? Because it comes very
See,
difficult to
I work in a
people.
bank, and it's sometimes embarrassing when your loan falls due and you've not paid, and they have to call you. Before that RM calls you, there is heat coming from somewhere to that RM. Because don't forget that the money we give to you is somebody's money. That is what we do as a bank. We sell and buy money.
Okay.
So you come and put your money there for investment. Somebody also comes for a loan. I take the money you've given me, I give it to that person. So I pay your investment, the interest on your investment, based on the interest I give to the one who is borrowing from me. A bit of that one, I put it together and I pay the interest on your investment. So if you come for a loan in the bank and you don't pay, it is not the bank's money you are taking. It is somebody's money you are taking. Because the bank hasn't got money. Every money we hold is for somebody. So self-discipline, you have to be intentional about it. You've borrowed, you are supposed to pay. It might not be from a bank. It might be from a friend. Respect that relationship. A lot of relationships have come to an end because of these things.
Because of money, yeah.
And don't forget that when somebody offers a helping hand, means the person is okay. No.
Exactly.
The person sometimes would have to sacrifice based on the need that is at stake. So if you come to me that a child is sick and I need the money to, let's say, go and pay insurance, and it's not that urgent, I can hold on that insurance for us to save the child's life. But at the end of the day, when that child is okay and you get the money, do the honors of paying back the person. It makes the relationship beautiful.
Yeah.
You can always go back.
Yeah.
Sometimes we take and we don't pay. We assume that they always care. I 200 on your share. No.
When they see you always properly dressed, you drive a car, they always assume that
for bankers we can't complain. We don't have money because
you work in a bank.
Yes. See, bankers
you work where the money is.
Yes. we see the money, but we don't touch it because it's not
yours.
Yes.
People have to understand that. So back to self-discipline. I think let's talk about the emergency fund. I think it also plays a role in that. So for a family, let's be practical here. For a family that gets maybe 5K as their take home from both partners, both parents, because we are talking about parenting, what is the ideal amount?
It's a bit tricky.
For the emergency fund.
Emergency funds and the amount you are supposed to keep.
So please hold on. Savings is different from emergency fund, eh?
Emergency fund can be part of savings. Why are you saving? You are saving because
for rainy days.
Yes. And emergencies are part of rainy days.
So you're not supposed to get separate.
For me, once you have a savings account or you have an investment, why do we even put money aside?
Okay, for emergencies.
For emergencies. Okay. So once you have that running, it is the same thing you are doing. For me.
But why do we have two different names for them? Why do we have savings and then?
Some will say emergency fund, some will say savings. Some in their savings, they've also divided it. Okay. That I'm saving 200 cedis a month. Mm-hmm. But specifically, the 100 is for emergencies. The other 100 is a no-go area.
Yeah,
I don't touch it because maybe I'm saving towards a future, something I want to do. I want to build. I want to buy a land. I want to purchase a property. I want to go into business. So I'm saving towards that one.
Yeah. I was asking because personally, I've been struggling with that. I'll be saving towards something, and then an emergency happens. So and then I take the entire
out of that amount that you are saving.
So I'm not supposed to take everything.
Have that discipline that let's say I'm saving 2,000. Mm-hmm. I can only go into that account and take 1,000. I won't go beyond that 1,000. So if it is somebody who is coming to you for help, when you get to the 1,000, you cut it. That is what you can do. You don't exceed it. Because if you're not careful, you are planning towards something. There's a business you want to go into.
Yeah.
The money is for that business. But because somebody comes and you are free with that person, quickly you pick the money for that person. The person will be doing whatever he wants to do at the expense of you achieving that aim that you've set or that goal that you set.
That is true.
So out of the savings, you can have the emergency fund. You are saving 500. 100 cities or 200 is for emergencies. So when it's emergencies, that is what I can take. Unless it's life threatening, that you would have to go into that savings.
Okay.
You hit on the
This
emergency.
conversation is getting interesting, but our time is fast spent. I'm just going to ask you this quick one. There are some families that I know, their incomes are so irregular. The company can pay them this month, and then their next salary will come like 3 or 4 months later. What can they do with whatever they are paid?
It's a dicey situation, but you still have to do something. So if today you are earning 2,000 and you get the next 2,000 in the next 2 months, if you used to spend 800 on feeding, you would have to reduce it to, let's say, 500 or 400 by cutting down certain things. If you are feeding people with 2 sticks of chicken every day, now every day we have to eat 1. If we have to divide that 1 and eat half, because we are not getting any money till the next 4 months, we still have to survive. If we are using 1 big tin of milk now, we can cut it to do the strips that we spoke about.
Yeah.
So now we don't do the big one that when we open, it gets finishes in a day. So I have bought for 1 month. Initially, I will spend 800 for this month, but because I'm getting money in the next 2 months, I'll do 350 or 400 this month. Then the next 400, I apportion it for the next month. Then when the other one comes, I do same, and the cycle continues. When you do that and you inculcate the kids into understanding it, they buy into it.
Yeah.
You don't take them out of these decisions. This is what we are eating. Everybody is eating it. And let me chip in this. You don't draw your budget and because somebody has visited, you quickly change your budget to suit that person. No.
You're speaking to me right now.
So a mother-in-law has come in, a brother-in-law has come, a friend from the US has come. Because of that person, you are supposed to eat rice and abenkwan. Because of that person, you change the menu to chicken, salad.
Yeah.
No. The person has come. But as a family, we are eating rice and abenkwan.
You have to be authentic.
Join us.
Yeah.
Be you. Don't live for people. Be you. So that when the person comes again, she knows that if you had the person is used to it. Because if you do it this time and you can't do it again,
the next time,
you have issues.
You will have issues, oh. You didn't hear from me. You heard from the experts. Thank you so much, Mrs. Owusu. We're going to bring you back.
Okay.
Because conversation, Yendu baby. I'm going to ask you to look into the camera and advise all the young families about how they can, take care of the whole financial thing, the budget. In summary, talk to them for me.
So, I want to say that getting the budget is one of the important things you can do. And do the budget to suit your finances. Don't do it to overstretch such that you have to now go and borrow to meet certain needs because your budget is way above your finances. It is the money you get that you draw the budget on. So to the young couples that are coming up, please don't leave because the Gen Zs are doing a particular thing in their home, so you want to copy it. Be you. Live according to your finances and enjoy it. This is what we have. Let us enjoy it. When finances increase, we can also increase our lifestyle a little. So I would advise that we do things to please us, not people, because no matter what you do, people will never be pleased. That is the little I can say.
No matter what you do, like you're just dropping the bars for me. People will never be pleased. You heard. All right, then. Thank you for sticking with us through this segment. We will be right back with Street Wisdom.
This program is proudly brought to you by Appearance Trendy Wardrobe and Kitchen and Cocado's Healthy Cuisine.
parenting advice. I hardly discuss issues with about my family to others. So whatever it is rests between me and my wife and how best we can resolve issues. There are a lot of videos on internet and stuff like that on YouTube. But of course, every family is unique. My children have their own temperaments, so we deal to them according to the measure of their temperaments. So we really don't focus on what others are saying outside.
Yes, the worst parenting advice I ever received was when one of my brothers called on me to bring my children home often, just so that his other siblings can beat them, so that they begin to learn how things are done at home. And I'm like, wow, beat him just so that he learns how things are done at home.
Well, I am yet to receive one. I don't think any people know the kind of person I am, so I'm not sure if somebody will ever have the guts to go to me and give me, if you like, the worst parenting advice.
Worst parent advice I've ever been given: send your children back to your parents. And I think that is the worst advice anyone can give a parent, especially if you're a single parent. For me, how can a parent be absent in the child's life? If your child is not with you, are you a parent? You are not a parent. And so that was the worst kind of advice anyone could have given me. And another advice I found very, very hurtful, or let me put it, very, very bad advice, is when the child does something and you are just being pressured to cane the child without finding out why he or she did whatever. And usually you have people doing that, giving you that kind of advice. And I believe that is not an advice a parent should take any day.
This program is proudly brought to you by Appearance Trendy Wardrobe and Kitchen and Cocado's Healthy Cuisine.
Welcome to the playground. As you can see, today I don't know where we slept to, but this is what we have. We are playing another version of Stack the Caps. So today we are going to stack the caps while this ball is balanced. I have mine set up. Mrs. Owusu's own is also set up in there. I have it. So we're going to stack these caps without the ball falling. If the ball falls, is the person loses or what happens? Okay. You people better find some $1 billion as the winners take home. Because, yeah. So please, if you give us the go ahead. All right. So we're starting. Was that a tie? I told you. That was a tie. Nobody can tell me otherwise. What? It was a tie. Please. It was a tie. Hey, for the first time. Wow. Thank you. And I hope you enjoyed this. In fact, you can try this with the kids at home. See you.
This program is proudly brought to you by Appearance Trendy Wardrobe and Kitchen and Cocado's Healthy Cuisine.
We're back from the playground and I hope you enjoyed it. All too soon, we have come to the end of this episode and we have our wonderful sponsors to thank for sponsoring our show today. And as a thank you to our beautiful guests, Mrs. Wendy Owusu, we don't have money to pay you for all the financial wisdom you have given us today. So our sponsor, Cocado's Healthy Cuisine, they're right here in Takoradi. They serve the healthiest meals. Here is, I think this is sublime. It has apple, pineapple, raspberry, and mint. You will love it. And this is the cleanest, neatest salad you have ever tasted. Even the dressing is like very, very healthy.
The dressing is dressing.
Yes. You'll not see the usual minus stuff you see. You now when you taste, you thank me. So thank you so much.
Thank you
for coming on the show today. And of course, we have already told our viewers I will bring you back.
I always love to come back.
All right then. So thank you for sticking and staying with us through this episode. Thank you, Cocado's Healthy Cuisine. And thank you, Appearance Trendy Wardrobe. I am forever grateful. Thank you, viewers. Do not forget to subscribe to this channel. See you on the next episode. Mwah.
This program is proudly brought to you by Appearance Trendy Wardrobe and Kitchen and Cocado's Healthy Cuisine.